The Ujjayi breath is an important tool in our vinyasa flow practice. It's a method of breathing that brings more oxygen to the blood more efficiently and quickly, therefore allowing us to generate more heat in the body and move more freely. It's important that we do this breath during our practice so that we're not getting that sensation of holding or struggling in the breath. When we struggle with our breath, we automatically create tension in the body. And the more we work with the Ujjayi breath, then the muscles will start to relax, we can move more freely, and we start to generate more heat. We're going to learn this method of breathing in two different sections. The first part of the breath is where we put the breath into the body. So I want you to start by just placing your hands onto your lower belly. And as you do so, allow the breath to be natural. So you'll notice that for the most part you breathe down into your lower belly when you're not thinking about your breath. And this is normal. Just take a few rounds of breath just to get the sensation of where that is. So with our Ujjayi breath, we're going to be gently engaging through the lower abdominals and breathing further up into the torso from the lower part of the rib cage up. So to find how you can put the breath into this area, I want you to start by bringing your hands down around the sides of your rib cage. And then as you inhale, breathe into the rib cage so that you feel your hands moving away from each other. And as you exhale, gently draw the navel in so you get the sensation of kind of squeezing the air out. Breathe into the sides of the rib cage so the hands start to move, and then exhaling, get the abdominals working to help you get all the air out. Once you got the idea of breathing in to the sides of the rib cage, then take the hands up to the chest. So I want you to continue to breathe into the sides of the rib cage, but on the end of the exhale, lift the breath up a little bit higher. So as you inhale, breathe into the sides of the rib cage, then up into the chest. And as you exhale, squeezing from the lower abdominals, emptying the lungs all the way out. So the air is completely out. And then inhaling again, breathing into the sides of the ribs, up into the chest. And as you exhale, navel in, emptying the lungs, emptying completely all the air out. And then inhaling into the sides of the ribs, up into the chest, and exhaling, emptying the air all the way out. And so we're going to try this a few rounds in your own time, getting that sensation of breathing up into the torso while you keep the lower abdominals gently engaged. So if you can bring the hands down to the knees or the thighs and close the eyes for a moment. And then allow yourself to breathe up into the ribs, into the chest, maybe up into the back. And then as you exhale, exhale long, drawing the navel in towards the spine, emptying the lungs completely. Inhaling up into the ribs, into the chest, into the back, and then exhaling long, emptying completely, navel gently in. Inhaling fully up into the ribs, into the chest, into the back, and exhaling, emptying the lungs completely, navel gently in. Do about 2 or 3 rounds in your own time. And then relax for a moment, open the eyes. So this is the first part of the Ujjayi breath. The second part is a soft sound that we make in the back of the throat. And we do that by drawing the breath down into the throat, which gets a gentle constriction there. I'll give you a test of the sound. Some people say it sounds like a wave in the ocean, but the important thing is that the breath isn't a sniffing up into the nose, it's a drawing down into the throat. Now the easiest way to access that is to make the ha sound first. It's the same shape that we work in the throat when we're fogging up our sunglasses to clean them or a mirror. So try that a couple times. And once you hear that sound, then the next time you're doing the ha sound, close your mouth halfway through. Continue that, but keep the mouth closed and keep that same sensation in the throat, and then take the inhale. So this is the Ujjayi sound. Now in the beginning, it's difficult to get, of course, and it takes some time to practice. Sometimes you'll make a snorting sound or you'll feel like you're choking, and that's normal. You just continue to practice and try to put it in when you're doing your asanas. Eventually, it'll all fall into place and you'll find that the movement becomes so much more easy with the Ujjayi breath. But when we start, we have to take it like anything, in stages, and integrate it into the practice when you can. And when you can't, make sure you're always breathing in and out through the nose. So let's put the sensation of where we're breathing in the body with the Ujjayi sound for a couple rounds, just to get that imprinted into the mind, into the body, so that when we start our practice, we kind of have a recognition of where we are. So closing the eyes, listening for the breath, trying to make that sound, and on your next exhale, drawing the navel in towards the spine, emptying the lungs completely. Inhaling up into the ribs, into the chest, into the back, and exhaling long, slow, emptying completely, navel gently in. Inhaling up into the ribs, up into the chest, up into the back, and exhaling all the air out, emptying completely. Inhaling fully up into the ribs, into the chest, into the back, and exhaling all the air out, navel gently in. And continue for a few more rounds, trying to make sure you're activating the sound as well as the sensation of lifting the breath all the way up into the top of the torso. So as you get the hang of this with practice, try to integrate this with the asana practice at the same time as best as you can. Remember, it doesn't happen automatically. It may take a while, but do your best, and after a while you'll really start to enjoy using the breath with the movement in the body to create a beautiful practice.